Overview of the POCSO Act, 2012, and its amendments. The Protection of Children from Sexual Offences, POCSO Act, 2012, is a landmark legislation enacted in India to protect children from sexual offences. This act provides a comprehensive legal framework to address and combat sexual exploitation and abuse of children. Here is a detailed overview of the POCSO Act and its subsequent amendments. Key provisions of the POCSO Act, 2012. 1. Definition and scope. Child. The Act defines a child as any person below the age of 18 years. Sexual offences. It addresses various forms of sexual offences including penetrative and non-penetrative sexual assault, sexual harassment, and use of children for pornographic purposes. Point 2. Types of offences and penalties. Penetrative sexual assault, Section 3. Definition. Penetration of the child's vagina, mouth, urethra, or anus with any part of the body or an object. Punishment. Rigorous imprisonment of not less than 7 years, extendable to life imprisonment, and a fine. Aggravated penetrative sexual assault, Section 5. Definition. Includes cases where the assault is committed by a police officer, member of the armed forces, public servant, or a person in a position of trust or authority. Punishment. Rigorous imprisonment of not less than 10 years, which may extend to life imprisonment, and a fine. Sexual assault, Section 7. Definition. Includes touching the child with sexual intent without penetration. Punishment. Imprisonment of up to 5 years and a fine. Aggravated sexual assault, Section 9. Definition. Non-penetrative sexual assault by a person in authority or trust, such as a family member, school staff, or public servant. Punishment. Imprisonment of up to 7 years and a fine. Sexual harassment, Section 11. Definition. Includes actions like exhibiting pornography, sexual gestures, and making sexual remarks. Punishment. Imprisonment of up to 3 years and a fine. Use of child for pornographic purposes, Section 13. Definition. Using a child for creating, producing, or distributing pornographic material. Punishment. Imprisonment of up to 5 years and a fine for the first offense. Subsequent offenses carry harsher penalties. 3. Special provisions for child-friendly procedures. Recording of statements, Section 24. Procedure. Statements of the child to be recorded at the child's residence or a place of their choice, by a female police officer not below the rank of sub-inspector. Medical examination, Section 27. Procedure. Medical examination of the child to be conducted in the presence of a parent or any trusted adult, ensuring minimal distress to the child. Special courts, Section 28. Establishment. Special courts to be set up for the trial of offenses under the Act to ensure speedy justice. Confidentiality, Section 23. Protection. Media is prohibited from disclosing the identity of the child, ensuring privacy and dignity of the victim. 4. Mandatory reporting, Section 19. Obligation. Every person, including medical professionals and staff, must report suspected sexual offenses against children to the local police or special juvenile police unit. Punishment for non-reporting. Imprisonment of up to 6 months and a fine. Amendments to the POCSO Act. 1. POCSO Amendment Act, 2019. Enhanced penalties. Death penalty. Introduction of the death penalty for aggravated penetrative sexual assault. Broader definitions. Expanded definitions to include more scenarios under aggravated sexual assault, child pornography, Section 14 and Section 15. Enhanced penalties. Stricter punishments for using children for pornographic purposes. Punishment. Imprisonment of up to 7 years for the first offense and up to 10 years for subsequent offenses. Distribution of pornographic material. New provisions. Penalties for storing, disseminating, and transmitting pornographic material involving children. 2. POCSO Amendment, Act, 2020. Speedy investigation and trial. Timeline. Investigations to be completed within 2 months from the date of reporting. Trial completion. Trials to be completed within 6 months from the date of filing the charge sheet. Use of technology. Modern tools. Encouragement for using modern technology to expedite investigations and gather evidence. Rehabilitation and support services. Support. Strengthening the provisions for care, protection, and rehabilitation of child victims, including counseling, legal aid, and medical assistance. Key objectives of the POCSO Act. Protection. Providing a comprehensive legal framework to protect children from sexual abuse and exploitation. Prevention. Implementing measures to prevent sexual offenses against children through awareness and stringent laws. Redressal. Ensuring effective mechanisms for reporting, investigation, and trial of sexual offenses are in place. Support systems. Offering psychological, legal, and medical support to victims and their families. Implementation challenges and considerations. Awareness and training. Stakeholders. Continuous efforts to raise awareness and provide training for stakeholders, including law enforcement, judicial officers, educators, and healthcare professionals. Infrastructure. Child-friendly environment. Development and maintenance of child-friendly infrastructure in police stations, hospitals, and courts. Support systems. Rehabilitation. Ensuring availability and access to support services like counseling, legal aid, and rehabilitation programs for victims and their families. Monitoring and evaluation. Oversight. Regular monitoring and evaluation of the implementation of the Act to address gaps and challenges effectively. Conclusion: the POCSO Act, along with its amendments, represents a crucial step towards ensuring the safety and well-being of children in India. It provides stringent legal measures and emphasizes child-friendly procedures and support systems, reflecting India's commitment to protecting children from sexual offenses. The Act's effective implementation requires a coordinated effort from all stakeholders to create a safe environment for children and ensure justice for victims of sexual abuse.